every guy in sports, they all have fucking good hair. Like I miss the days like guys like Chris Berman. You know, like that guy gets fucking ugly as shit, but he knows his stuff. You know, like I want those types of guys again doing sports. Like that's what I like. And Jackie, I'm saying, like, you know, she's not like, she's very obviously very cute and stuff, but she's really knowledgeable.
Yeah, she is, and she's never at a loss for words. She's a great host. She's the one. She has the earpiece, so she kind of speeds us up and to get us on our cues for commercial breaks and stuff. So I just gotta sit there and talk. But she's really good. She looks like what does she look like? Remember the cartoon movie Bambi? Remember when Bambi met this female deer in the spring? She looks like that's why she looks like that. I'll show you.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
No, it is. She looks like a little deer.
Like
she has
big
that
eyes
cute little
kinda...
nub nose Disney. She looks like a Disney character.
Do you tell her that?
She's from London, Ontario, so I kind of give her a hard time about that because, you know, London's ghetto.
Yeah.
The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
Chitarana, do you know this guy next to us? Like,
I don't. I'm not a huge wrestling guy. My brother for sure knows who you are. He's been watching wrestling every day since he was like 6.
Yeah, it's funny these days. People come up to me and they say, "I grew up watching you." I'm like, shut up. Fucking young.
Yeah. Do you tell him that and then like suplex him?
No, I'm pretty nice to people actually when I meet them.
Got to be grateful. All the thing, you know, ABC, always be closing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You just got to be nice to everyone. Like, you know, that one guy who's
That's
maybe
a voter.
He's a voter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe he's like an ad exec, but it's got like he's responsible for some media dollars, and then like next thing you know you're working on some sort of sponsorship deal, and
dude,
boom,
I've been nice to the right people before, and they became, you know, people in power and in position, and it pays out dividends.
Oh yeah, it helps you out for sure.
You gotta know who to be nice to when they're young. Like I'll always be nice to Che. You can just tell that this guy's gonna have success. But then there's others you never fear. You can always be a dick to, like Bilal. Like you're not so concerned with.
It's like the ugly girl in high school grows up to be hot, man. You got to be nice to her.
He'd be the only guy power didn't corrupt. You know?
Okay. No, power will corrupt him. He won one round at Chirp Fest. Became the cockiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. Hey, Carelli, did you Santino Marella formerly and Milan Miracle on Twitter? Did you ever run into that with guys on the tour in the WWE or WWF in the time when like they're real new to it, and then like, you know, they're not even that super talented, and maybe you don't think they'll ever be super talented. They're not going to be of like, you know, the top guys, the Cenas, the Hogans in the day, whatever. But they get such a big fucking ego. Would that happen?
Well, you know what? At the higher level of pro wrestling, everybody has a pretty good sense of humor because you're pretending you're fighting for a living, and we know that. We travel the world and we get, you know, it's awesome, right? But so there's kind of a natural filtering out process of assholes to the top. But that being said, there's always a couple that slip through the cracks, right?
That's so funny. You don't even know people. There's so many great analogies in that. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of which, Che's got a beautiful prolapsed anus on his phone that he's showing everybody.
Do you want to check it out, man?
Yeah.
What is that, sorry?
Prolapsed anus. Have you ever seen a
prolapsed?
Oh,
no.
Come on.
Sure?
You don't like that stuff?
I call that the carnation.
Okay.
Yeah, like Rosebud? Yeah.
I've seen videos of a couple and just some of the most horrible things.
You sure you don't want to see this one? This is pretty good.
Wait a second. Oh,
okay, yeah.
Shut the...
Look at it. Look at how big it is.
Not for you.
I know,
that's at least 3 inches.
3? That looks like 7. Right?
Maybe 7? Yeah,
it's pretty big.
I mean, it goes way past his thumb. Like if the thumb was an inch each, jeez Louise.
What was happening there? What was that? Was that? I've seen from
you know what's funny? It looks more like a fire drill. Like it's kind of like she knows what she's doing. It doesn't look too serious, even though it is kind of serious.
She's like, I do this every Friday.
She can suck it back in, maybe.
That's what she does.
It's like a superpower.
They like sent out an email release to everyone around there first, like, you know, this big fire drill on the weekend.
I saw one with the guy. He was squatting like heavy duty weight and just cut the cord holding everything together
and just pooped out his butt.
Yeah,
oh, no
carnations
way.
coming out.
Have you seen any real gruesome injuries in wrestling in the day? Like sadly, or like that?
Yeah. Psycho said or Sid Vicious. If you Google that, that's pretty much the worst.
Were you there?
That's the Joe Theismann.
Oh, yeah. I hate that when it's rubber, right? Oh my God.
Even when I got knocked out once, and I looked at my right shoulder, my clavicle was sticking straight up, and I'm like, that's pretty gross. It was protruding nicely, but oh God, watch this! Boom!
Your leg's left.
Do it again. Watch his leg. Watch his left leg.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit.
The boot's holding it on.
Yeah.
Oh, God, look at him. Packs.
Oh, jeez. Oh. How does, okay, now, is that like when the,
watch it.
we're on radio, I know, so it's not really good for people
Google
listening.
it.
But Google,
stop
what are we
looking.
Googling here?
Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious breaks leg.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It snapped like it looked like butter, like
Hey,
a
and he
loose
finished
chicken
the
breast.
match. No, I'm just
I only need one leg.
Monty Python there.
Oh, jeez. So is that like, I mean, because some guys are just too strong for their bones, right? That is essentially. Like,
That,
I mean, they're.
that I don't know what happened. They just cut the wrong angle. But what happens is the top of the mat has like, I don't know, maybe an inch of padding. So that does go down. So if something is supposed to slide and gets caught, that's what happens.
Oh, goodness. How what is like you ever fuck on a mat? Like you ever like off after hours? Like you ever just go in the ring and like like a little fucking you ever like tap out like a little bring you know what I'm saying?
Do I ever get in the ring still?
No. Like would you ever fuck on the mat? Like do you ever like
Oh,
get a lady?
have I had
like,
sex
like,
with my
is that a
wife
big
on the
thing?
mat?
Yeah, your wife. Yeah. Like because I'm saying like I would like that's the thing I would do. I'm like hey after
Yeah,
hours. Me,
but my wife won't let me. I tried.
do wrestlers do that?
Well, I mean, not many wrestlers have their own rings because it's the ring on the road.
No,
but-
in the arena.
Oh, you can't. There's too many people.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that'd be.
I mean, like a quickie after the day's done. I feel like there's got to be some fans hanging around and be like, please, just in the ring.
Yeah, that's. I honestly, I would think that
No,
would be a
there's-
big
there's
fetish for people.
Way too many people around.
Okay,
'Cause they have the staff unloading all night, putting up seats. And
unloading. That's the whole point. Yeah, that'd be maybe a good porn shoot, like for a gangbang or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Years ago, I met this dude. We're out partying, the after hours thing, and this guy was apparently like he had this wicked loft. He was a porn director guy, and he even looked like probably he did him too. He had, like the fat long hair and everything. So we go to this crazy loft. It was sick, like massive aquariums, and he had his own boxing ring in there that he used to do some fetish fighting porn stuff. So
Sorry to interrupt you. It sounds like Jay's dream home, like aquariums, boxing ring.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh my God.
You know where the things
Fetish fighting.
we're in Liberty Village, right? It was like the old warehouses down there that now they're kind of gone.
Yes.
Really impressive place. You can drive your car in. And everything.
So cool.
So I wrestled in.
So what happened there?
So I had a little match. Yeah.
Details.
I'm sort of confused.
A long time ago, honey.
Because I led this with gangbangs, and then you said, "Oh my God!"
Like it triggered my memory. No, actually, I can't get into that.
Fair enough.
It's an old war story.
Yeah. Didn't
In these stories, this is where you're supposed to say like one of the guys I used to wrestle with told me about this great.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do those stories.
I messed it up. I started.
You start too hot.
Yeah.
too prematurely. How's Aftermath doing on Sportsnet?
I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's one of my fun days of the week. I get to drive downtown, leave it around 10:15. No traffic. Beautiful. Get there. Sit down,
I love the attention. To
little
detail.
makeup, little coffee. Here we go. Bang it out. Half an hour, and I'm home I'm out of there by like 1:15, and I'm home before traffic. The fact that I get in and out of the city without traffic is just like
That's
awesome.
a win.
It's a win. The show I do for free.
Okay.
It's beating traffic I get paid for.
Jackie Redmond's a real big personality, isn't she?
She's doing awesome. She's an absolute natural, and she had a hard girl to replace. Renee, Paquette was her name. It's Renee Young. So. Those were some big shoes to fill, and she did. She's doing a great job, and I've seen her evolve and mature on the air. She's doing well.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, she's been great. She's been great to us. She comes on the show, and I'm always I remember the first time I interviewed her, I was like, in 5 years, you're going to be one of the biggest things in this country, if not, probably not even in this country. Like literally,
she's and actually, organically, she's a wrestling fan too.
Yeah,
she's not just being put on the show to kind of paste it together. She's a fan.
There's a lot of people in sports, men and women, who just kind of get to do this stuff because they're actually good looking. Like every guy in sports, they all have fucking good hair. Like I miss the days like guys like Chris Berman. Like that guy gets fucking ugly as shit, but he knows the stuff. Like I want those types of guys again doing sports. Like that's what I like. And Jackie, I'm saying like she's not like she's very obviously very cute and stuff, but she's really knowledgeable.
Yeah, she is, and she's never at a loss for words. She's a great host. She's the one. She has the earpiece, so she kind of speeds us up and to get us on our cues for commercial breaks and stuff. So I just gotta sit there and talk. But she's really good. She looks like what does she look like? Remember the cartoon movie Bambi? Remember when Bambi met this female deer in the spring? She looks like that's why she looks like that. I'll show you.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
No, it is. She looks like a little deer.
Like
she
the
has
big
that
eyes
cute
and
little
kinda-
nub nose Disney. She looks like a Disney character.
Did you tell her that?
She's from London, Ontario, so I kind of give her a hard time about that because London's a ghetto.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, my man. Anthony Carelli's here. Shea Arena's hanging out. It's an awesome Friday on Canada Laughs, brought to you by Pizza, and really enjoying this. So now is heavily involved in wrestling as you were and doing Aftermath and stuff. Do you I know there's the big Royal Rumble this weekend, but are you always still watching wrestling, or is it?
I wasn't until Aftermath. Now I have to.
Now you have to again. Okay.
Oh, sorry. One thing about London. The only reason I said it's ghetto is my daughter goes there for university, and she parties too much, and it pisses me off. I don't really think it's ghetto.
It's pretty ghetto, man.
But I didn't watch it for years, and now we got to watch it on Monday nights, and we got to kind of do our wins and fails and stuff. So, but I tell you, if you DVR it and fast forward through it, or through the video packages and commercials, it's palatable. It's about an hour and a half.
I don't know if that's the best ambassadorship for.
If you skip
long.
past the
it's
junk.
3 hours. It's 3 hours.
It's a lot.
That's
a commitment,
lot, man. So fast forwarding through it, it's awesome.
Now, is it just as good as ever? Are you happy, pleased with all the content?
Well, the direction of pro wrestling in general is not. I wish it was. Okay, they came out and said it's entertainment, and now, but the objective is to make them suspend their disbelief during the match and believe it's a competition. But the things they're doing really don't help their cause because they're doing reverse backflip maneuvers. No one's gonna ever do that in a fight. And but so in that sense. I don't like it so much, but it was like that when I was there too. But I like the classic old. I think it should be like older men that look like they've been weathered and battle hardened and stuff like that. There's kind of young kids out there now too. But hey, if that's what the market dictates, whatever, that's what you got to provide. But I like the old school stuff, man.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's got a gymnastics feel, right? Like
everyone should be minimum 40s. Now we've show that they've been around the world for the last 20 years.
Yeah, like these old bruisers in the day, right? Like, that's when I loved wrestling. I mean, they were just like old, and you're right. Like it looked like they were slow. They're partying all night, and there's fucking giving those shots, and everyone's fucking counting and stuff.
And you know what? Actually, you actually learn how to work, how to pro wrestle when you're hungover, when you're sick. If you smoke cigarettes, because then you got to slow down and you can't wrestle fast because you'll puke, if you're hungover. But that's, when I was on the road and I was younger, I went out and stuff like that. We had some fun, we partied. But yeah, the next day, the matches are, first of all, that sweat you get during the match is just, it's a big detox. You feel better after.
Your opponent's drunk from
you're forced to slow down because you don't feel good. And that's how you're supposed to be doing. It should be. If I was reading you a book, I wouldn't read it like the guy that does the micro machines really fast. I want you to hear it. So it's the same thing in the ring. If you're wrestling so fast, I can't process it. I can't digest it. Slow down. Let me see what's happening. Let me see. Okay, he's struggling, and let me see. Okay, he's in pain. I can't see that during 6 backflips.
It's funny you say that, and I'll relate it to a much weaker sport of radio. But on the days that and I used to be a bit of a piss tank. On the days I would drink and come in really hungover, I would just slow it down a little bit. And then when I would listen back to those shows, I'm like, I don't sound as anxious. I don't sound as rushed. You don't always have to have these quick retorts and fast. And I do that a little bit too much. I like slowing it down a bit. So I'm back drinking a ton again. No. It's funny. It does. I know that analogy is odd and peculiar. It might sound to some. It forces you to just slow down and concentrate because you actually just can't go that speed.
Yeah, especially on the tours. If we do like a 2-week European tour, we're slowing it right down,
So tell me about the Royal Rumble. Like, what is going on? I'm allowed. Feel free to grab a handout. Feel free to jump in.
Who's going to win, Santino? Who's going to win?
Well, I predicted Brock this week on Aftermath just because.
So Brock's back in this match.
And Goldberg.
So I think Roman Reigns is going to win the Universal Championship.
Now that's got a shark cage. So
that's a
Shay
shark
should
cage.
check that out.
They're doing it in a cage?
Well, Jericho.
He's crazy to go up there.
Yeah,
they're suspending him in a shark cage above the ring. Yeah.
Okay, explain it. This is crazy.
Okay, so Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, they're best friends, and they always interfere in each other's matches, and they're so to prevent that, they're going to suspend him in a shark cage, I don't know, like 30 feet above the ring or something.
Maybe 20.
So he can't interfere in the match.
But something will happen, obviously, with that.
Probably, I don't know. I have to watch it.
Okay, that's
Jericho's out of the cage. Where did he go?
He can't drop from that high, though. So they're going to have to maybe, I don't know, lower it.
lower. It's
mechanically.
I see. They should actually like put sharks in there. Okay.
Flying sharks.
So that's so silly. Okay.
Yeah, but in the match this year, there's so many big names. There's Undertaker, Braun Strowman, The Big Show, a lot of other guys.
Like
There's
Dean
all-
Ambrose, we're not even going to mention. He's a former, he's dating Renee Paquette now.
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
a former WWE champion. He's just forgotten.
The best thing about the Royal Rumble is that I think it's a minute and a half, is a countdown and a new person, and you don't know who it is. So it's like you're just opening presents constantly. You don't know what's going to come out, what you're going to get, and there's so many different layers to it because in the beginning of the match there's a whole different story. The guys that are in the end, there's a whole other story. It's one of my favorite matches. Honestly,
When I was a wrestling guy, it was all like in the day when I was like 11, but it was all about the Royal Rumble. Like when that and all those stars got in the ring together, and then I had the wrestling dolls, and you did your own Royal Rumble. I always won. And then it's like it really is like it is very exciting, right?
I think it's the most exciting pay-per-view. I mean, obviously Mania is the big payoff. We actually just did one on our last Battle Arts show, 40-guy Royal Rumble style match, and man, I was entertained watching it. Usually I'm hard on my wrestlers, but this one here was awesome.
So tell me again about the gym and about how people can contact you, and you got your wrestling stuff going on. You're doing tell us about it.
The gym is so many things. It's kind of hard to. I mean, we have a complete judo team. We have an amateur wrestling team. We have a boxing team. We have an MMA, Muay Thai team. And that's just like one part of the gym. Then in the middle, we got the pro wrestling program, which is kind of the meat and potatoes to the gym. And then the other side, we have the Ontario Performance Center where we're training football players, athletes, baseball players, and weight loss and Olympic lifting. It's like a little miniature Olympic training center in there, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm already like, I need more space. You know?
Well, congrats. And how do people get a hold of you for that?
Just Google Battle Arts Academy and there's everything there. Actually, you can go on there and take a tour, those 3D, Google tours.
Oh, nice.
You have the
Like
whole
those-
gym. You can, it's awesome, actually.
I like that. It's like when you're buying real estate, you see that one, like you spent a little more money to get the Trousler thing and you go through it and stuff, and you're like,
Virtual tour.
Yeah, the virtual tour. And then in terms of your wrestling match, are you putting on some more wrestling matches?
Every month, because it's part of their education. They got to put on a show in front of family and friends, or now there's fans, actually. And then we watch it back and critique and listen to the audience, because you're supposed to have that flow with the audience. And you respond to them and you make them respond in a certain way. And you have to listen. A lot of guys, when they pre-plan a lot of stuff, and the young guys, they plan it. They plan it move for move, and you're not listening to the audience to do that. So when you learn how to work and you slow down because you're hungover, then you listen to the audience. And if the audience is buying this, that's easy. Let's give them that,
Well, and not to like do a cheesy segue here or anything, but that's that's comedy, right?
Yeah,
like you don't
yeah.
just do your routine. Listen to what the audience is responding to.
You got to be able to work the crowd. You know what they feel. You know what jokes they like, and you can work your set on the fly, being like, oh, maybe they like racial stuff more, or stuff talking about sex or relationships or what, and you can throw that in there throughout your set to help them bring them more on your side, and working in and out with them, like crowd work and everything like that.
Does your geography have a major effect?
Geography, like where I'm from.
No. Where the audience is from at the time. Let's say you're playing in Nova Scotia or Tennessee.
Oh yeah, totally. Where different areas have different appeals. Now people are pretty savvy everywhere you go, but usually, like, say if you're out west, they seem to be a little bit more like socialist. They're not as open to like racier things, where like
rape jokes.
Yeah, maybe that. But in Toronto, it's kind of like anything flies, but also is a tougher audience. Where every time you do a show in Toronto, you're competing with, like last night, Louis was at the ACC. You're competing with that, with the rock show, with anything. So to get these people attention and get them listening, it's everything else they could have been going to. So they're a little bit more of a hard audience to laugh, but it's a good gym.
Making me nervous. I'm doing a comedy thing tonight at the Comedy Bar, I believe.
You are? Yeah?
Jason Agnew. It's I'm going to be like a surprise thing coming up on stage. Like I'm not supposed to be, like, I'm not billed,
Yeah.
So I'm going to come up and do that. So it's an improv thing.
You're
That's
popping
great.
up and doing it because we've been talking about this since I met you, and now you're doing it.
Yeah, tonight we'll do it. It's a little skit, We'll see what happens.
Good.
That's awesome, man. Whose show is it?
Jason Agnew.
Yeah.
He's like a wrestling podcast dude, like live audio wrestling, right?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. So you're gonna. That's so fucking. I'm so proud of you, man.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. We'll see.
Buddy, this guy's a comedian though.
Yeah,
Like his old wrestling stuff. He played like Girl. He played like a crazy Italian Italian guy. Basically, yeah. Like I mean, that's you're a natural.
I practice some material at home sometimes, but my wife gives very. It's all racy stuff. I was making Zika jokes because we want to have a baby, and I was trying to tell her there's absolutely nothing wrong with a little head, and then I gave her the wink thing. I want some head. Anyway, she didn't like that one.
She should have came back and said, "I'll give you a little head." Well, that's so cool, man. I think that's so great that you're doing that. It's sort of my goal for this year too. So I'll take inspiration from you, Mr. Anthony Carelli.
Watch it first.
No, even bombing's part of it, right, Che?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, if you keep doing it, you'll bomb. That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
But you learn more from a loss than you do from a win.
100%. I've had some bad matches.
There you go, man.
And this guy's this guy, but people, I feel like I just feel like when you pop on stage, Che, people like kind of just like you. Like you, I feel like you have that presence. You just like people like want to like you right away.
I've been told I'm pretty likable on stage. I'm just kind of goofy and stuff, and I like having a good time. I'm there to have fun, really, at the end of the day. But you still can bomb, man. You have a rough show, or people just don't like your jokes, so they're just in a mood. Sometimes you get a whole audience that's just in a bad mood, and you're like, why is everyone here in a bad mood? What's going on?
It is contagious and infectious. If some asshole comes in all pissed off, everyone's gonna feel that, and I could see that happening.
Yeah, totally.
It's a nice way to deflect bombing, but well, the whole audience was just on the
was
period.
all their fault.
This one jerk just contaminated the entire audience.
One last thing before, and Anthony, you can hang out. I don't care, man. We'll figure. I don't know if you're in a rush or anything, but what's the coolest? What's the craziest, coolest thing you've ever done? That combination. Anthony,
life in general.
Yeah, like is there like a real like? I mean, it doesn't have. You don't have to remember something specific. Maybe like there might be something next time I talk to you, but like something that just pops up in your head.
Like a gangbang in Liberty Village.
like
You're not allowed talking about
illegal stuff, or
yeah, it can involve some illegal things. Like,
oh gosh, I don't. I've done some stupid things.
I'm going somewhere. I'll tell you why. Think about it for a second.
Okay.
Che over here, because like this to me is the out of anyone I've met in my life. I'm 43 years old, and I've talked to some of the greats. This guy went fucking scuba diving on acid. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It was Blue Hole in Belize. It's like this big deep dive. There were sharks in there. It was a good time.
I can't imagine what you were seeing.
Oh, some
Right?
crazy stuff.
That's fucking nuts.
Even shrooms, that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah. So what about you, man? What's the craziest thing you got?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of bad things. I can't really say that.
Okay.
You know.
That's awesome.
But
You lived a good life, April.
yeah, a lot of bad things. I mean, no.
Not bad. Look where you are. You're not in jail. You didn't kill anybody. Those are bad things.
No, but some of them like drugs and stuff. You know.
Oh, whatever.
I was young. It was like a long time ago.
On the road before camera phones, man.
Well, this is before my pro wrestling career. Just living in Toronto, it was insane here. Going to University of Montreal. There's been some pretty epic parties, but
you never went scuba diving doing it.
no. I've never been scuba diving. I've never been scuba diving in my life, actually. I don't know. I've been snorkeling once. That was pretty cool.
It's a good time. You should come check it out, man. It's a good time. You can do it not on acid the first time. For sure.
It's just, you know what? I've seen, I lived in Florida for the last several years there, and I've seen some shark action that is pretty intimidating. So, I mean, it'd be kind of tough to go down there and just not, God, I'd just be always doing circles, looking behind me. I gotta go up. I'm doing circles.
There's some places that don't have sharks you can be sure of, but even I've done shark diving and it's not that bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How nuts is this fucking guy?
If I believed the guy and said, no, there's no sharks around here, you know, really there's no sharks. I'm not lying. I mean, okay, but you know, they could get here. There's no fences.
Nothing's stopping them.
Well, take a page out of the Royal Rumble. Just do it in a shark cage, and then you'll be fine.
There you go.
I do have the Royal Rumble record for the fastest elimination in history.
Oh, yeah?
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh, fucking unbelievable, man. 2 seconds?
I was 1.9.
Hey! Wow. Coincidentally, that's going to be Bilal's record when he finally gets sex. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's every year that the Rumble comes up, I get a lot of mentions or whatever because people are always reliving as a part of the package video that shows the history of it.
Yeah,
they always include the fastest elimination in history.
Is that clip online?
Oh yeah.
It's
all over Twitter. Too.
How did that go down? Did you step in, get kicked, go out?
Well, I knew they said it was going to be a short one, right? So I'm like, okay, that's no problem. I'll make lemonade out of lemons. And I said, can we try and break the record and do it the fastest ever? So I devised a way to, the top one, to get to the ring and get out of there pretty quick.
Santino, you describe what you did there.
Well, I am running to the ring. I'm fired up. I'm like the ultimate warrior. And as soon as I slide in the ring and stand up, Kane's there to clothesline me out immediately. And I just, I wasn't ready.
It was literally like running into a brick wall and falling back down. That's how quick it was.
But there were these guys in the background, and how many letters is Santino? 7 or 6 or something?
Yeah.
So anyway, they had these cards. Each one had the letter. And they're like, yeah, I see it. We get to use our sign finally. 1.9 seconds.
Boom, and
all
out.
that work making that sign.
All 7 of them in order and trying to do it. And the funniest thing is, as they're bringing it down, the only thing you see is N-O.
Yeah. The last 2 letters.
No.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's man. What a great stories you have. You're in the biggest thing in the world, man. For many years, it's unbelievable.
It was 10 years. It was nice and neat. I started a little bit late, and I got hired at 32 and right to 42. So we got our. The average career is like 3 years, and being 5'10" to last 10 years is. I guess that's an accomplishment,
Yeah, and not to get too serious, but I do have to ask because I've never asked you this before, and then we're going to get to Jeff Stammet. Just tell him 1 minute. He's doing a show on Canada Talks starting on Monday, so we're just going to give a little plug to that. But the adrenaline rush that you can get in front of like 18, 20, 50,000, whatever people and doing the WWE. Is that a hard thing not to experience once it's gone? Like, you always hear that with a lot of athletes.
So when I debuted. It was in Milan, Italy, and it was in front of, 20,000 people. It was crazy, packed. And being in that ring, and look at the way the seats are all designed like a coliseum, so they're all facing the center. And the psychic or kinetic or whatever type of energy that many people fire at you by paying attention and cheering and being into it and being interested, the energy of the interest, it supercharges your body. And I've never existed the same from before and after that moment. It was crazy. I was conscious of it. I was like an antenna, absorbed all that energy, and you felt like you're actually, different, for the rest of your life. Some people get addicted to it. I'm pretty good with life after wrestling, but it was awesome. I mean, anytime you have you do something really well, and let's say it's the finish of a match and the whole place erupts, or there's been a couple entrances. One time I was off for 6 months, and when I came back, it was at the ACC, and that eruption was like, okay, I'll never forget that one. Mental note, that was cool. So there's a few of those over the years that, you'll remember them forever.
Well, listen, there's only 6 of us here, and we don't have signs to spell your name or most of it. But I'm telling you, we'll give you a big. I love when you come on the show. It's so fucking epic. Anthony Carelli, everybody, make sure you go and follow him. Over 1 million Twitter followers, a testament to who his fans are, and so many fans in the wrestling world. At Milan Miracle and BattleArtsAcademy.ca. Go and check it out if you're in the Toronto area, just a little bit west. You want to get involved in judo or some wrestling or some training. Make sure you reach out to our man over here because their gym and their little mini empire they're creating now is going to make sure.
I actually coach the judo myself now.
Oh, do you?
Ever since I retired, I teach the classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's pretty fun. I have my little kids. They started from white belt. They walked in, and now some of them were competing. Actually, tomorrow in Whitby at a tournament, and they're green belts. And these kids are like, 13, 11, and it's a big deal for them, and it's fun, man, having that impact on the kids like that.
You put on the unibrow for it?
Gotta get in character.
Yeah. Thanks again for hanging out with us, man, and have fun watching the Royal Rumble, and then you do the follow-up of Aftermath, which is Tuesdays at
7:30.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Say hi to Jackie for us.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. You can subscribe over there, or you can watch another video over here. And I think this is the Daniel Bryan yes chant. So what the hell? Yes, Todd Shapiro Show. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore. It's a very sad story.